I was messed up because of the holiday, and I joined you on Friday. And I couldn't believe ever because I thought it was Thursday.
Yeah, I got a message that you did.
Hello,
Who's
Hey,
that? Who's that there?
Tim Shea.
Tim Shea.
Tim
Oh,
Tim
Tim.
Shea,
Shea.
Jesus.
The
Tim
hardest working
Shea.
man in show business. Hey, Tim.
On
Hey, I'm on
Dad's
my
iPad.
Tim
on
Shea.
my iPad. You
Tim
guys got
Shea.
can't you guys got lots of equipment, computers and cameras and shit?
We knew you were coming, Tim Shea.
This looks like a fucking Dunkin' Donuts right outside a retirement community.
Wow. Good to see you, Tim. Man.
Hey, you guys doing all right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Never had a
Yeah.
bad day in my life.
Yeah, man.
So how's life in
Yeah.
Orlando?
Orlando?
That's where you live, isn't it?
Yeah, yeah. I've been down here I moved here permanently in 1983.
Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah, which is about let's see, 1973, I think, is when I first went to New Orleans.
Hmm.
I think it was 73, and then I left for a while, went to New York, and then went back down to New Orleans.
Well, one of my
Just
favorite times was still when your dad brought down the
The clams and the
clams
cold
and everything,
Oh,
the clam bake.
well, that was my brother Dennis. Yeah.
What do you call those clams you brought?
Well, they were piss clams, but we also had some quahogs.
Quahogs, yeah.
Yeah, it's
Uh-oh. We lost
lost,
you, Tim.
lost your voice.
Tim, we lost your voice, boo.
how's
Never mind.
that?
That's
There you go.
Okay. Well, you probably like it better when you couldn't hear me, but no, then
You
we
used to
had
say that on a bandstand, too.
yeah, the bandstand too. No shit. I man, oh man, that was Cadillac Street. That was Cadillac Street.
We were
Yeah,
just
it was right
talking about
across
that.
because Kent and Tom lived across the street.
Right.
Tom Kratchmer.
Tom Kratchmer. Yeah. By the way, did you ever figure out who the other person was in that photo?
If you put the photo up,
I will.
think I-
Okay. Hold
I
on.
think
No.
I can.
Tom sent it out.
Yeah, Tom, put it back up, and I think I
Okay.
got
Okay, is it up?
close up. That's at Jackson Square. We played a job at Jackson Square for the city, a green sheet job, and that's right in the back gate of Jackson Square.
Right. And that's you.
And-
That's
and
Musket. Musket.
if you enlarge it a little bit, Tom.
Okay, hold on.
That's Musket behind you,
Well,
Barry.
to start from the left is Charlie Hernandez
Yeah.
from
Okay.
tuba,
You can see this,
Maynard-
Les. You can see
Maynard
this.
Tatters on
Yep,
trombone,
Maynard.
Jerry Orcus on trombone, and then I can't see it's
That's Les. That's
Les
Les
Musket.
Musket. Yeah.
Les Musket. You know why? I could tell by the mute on his banjo.
The mute on his no, but it's the mute on his banjo and the size of his hand.
Right.
He had very small hands.
And then, of course, Uncle Barry. You know?
Who is well, it's some guy with hair.
Yeah. Yeah, but that's Jerry Orcus. Apparently, we used two trombones on that job.
Yeah. Well, why not? The union's paying for it, so just line them all up, get them a check.
Yeah, green sheet job. I forgot, Tim, you did a lot with the union for a while.
Yeah, I did a lot for the union. There's a lot of shit I did for a while, didn't want to do, but we all do that, don't we? Yeah, I did that hero of the proletariat shit for a while, but I got him a couple of pretty good contracts at Disney, you know.
Well, let me ask you something. Tim, do you remember Gene LeBeau, Gene Roof? Were you working in New Orleans when he was there?
No, I wasn't.
Gene, you were there summer 72, right?
Yeah, the summer of '72.
Yeah.
Hey, Billy.
If it hadn't been for was it Barry Rank, the banjo player? Yeah,
Barry Rank.
I probably would have never left New Orleans because not too long after I left, Mike Gentry came in. If Mike had
Yeah.
been there and I'd been there, I probably never would have left New Orleans.
Yeah, but
Yeah.
Maynard had that seat for a long time. It would have been tough to get. You would have. Maynard sat there for a long time.
Oh
Yeah.
yeah. But I think summer '72, I was in Denver
Okay.
at the Mustache out there.
See, I was doing show band that summer.
Yeah. And Kent, you live out that way, right? In Colorado?
Yeah, I live just right outside of Denver in Westminster. I moved here in '77. So
Shit. Last time I saw you was at the Chart House.
well,
Which
no,
is-
I saw you in New York.
No,
But I saw you several times at the Chart House, but
We saw each other
at Carnegie Hall.
at Carnegie. That's
That's
2011.
right.
How many years ago is that? 2011.
Carnegie?
Yeah,
15.
15
Oh,
years.
15 years, yeah.
that's right. Yeah, we went up and stayed with your uncle one night or something, right? Kent,
Lord, I
We
don't
drove-
remember that.
we drove up from New Orleans to Rhode Island.
Oh, yeah, that's right. I drove up because you flew up because they moved you to New York, and I, in my yellow Volkswagen thing, I went up and we went and saw my uncle. Yeah, in New York. Yeah, that's right. Then
Yeah.
you went to Boston.
Yeah.
Drank a lot of Narragansett beer.
Oh, Pelican, that's good Pelican piss, man.
But y'all both were at Carnegie, weren't you?
Yeah,
saw
we
both
were
of you.
Carnegie too. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, we were both at Carnegie. Yeah, I saw you guys there, and I think David Krippner. There you
He's
are.
here.
Yeah, I'm here, but I wasn't there.
You weren't no. Were you you weren't in Carnegie?
No.
Oh. Yeah.
Roger was. But David's prettier than Roger.
Oh, thanks, Barry.
By the way, I made a mistake earlier. I didn't mean Barry Rank in New Orleans. It was that British guy that was playing banjo.
Les Davies.
Les Davies. He's the reason I left. Yeah, we were playing, at West Mix was playing tenor banjo. And of course, Les was not an easy guy to work with. His idea of a joke was to insult you, English style.
Even Billy had problems.
But he called out a tune, and I turned to West Mix to tell him the name of the tune, and Les Davies kicked me in the ass because he didn't think I was paying attention. So I got ready to knock him out, and West Mix grabbed my arm and said, "Don't do it, man." So anyway, yeah, Les Davis, that's who I'm talking about.
His real name was Les Bennett.
Yeah.
Okay, now that was just crazy. The phone rings, and I look at it, and it says Joel Schiavone, and I go,
Oh,
"Whoa, wait a minute!" But it was
Wow.
Emily. Emily must
Was
be
Lance.
using Joel's phone.
Holy shit.
Emily called me
That
trying
would
to get
scare
on.
me. That would scare me.
Well, that's funny because yesterday I got a call from Abraham Lincoln.
Yeah.
No, I remember Wes Mix. Wes Mix. I think I was.
That's the concert. That's the Jackson Square concert.
Yeah.
okay.
It's a great shot. I don't think we didn't see that one.
That is Les.
Yeah, that's Les Musket.
Yeah.
I
He was
was-
looking. Hey,
I
you know
was-
what? He's looking over at his wife. She used to sell paintings over there.
She still does.
Yeah.
Right.
Does she
is
still?
in the- Babs is still in French Quarter. Yeah.
No kidding.
Yeah.
But look how it did. Look, Maynard was playing trombone and Jerry was playing the washboard. But Jerry was a fine trombonist. Poor guy's dead. It was his funeral.
Tom, were you able to help Emily?
I sent everybody exactly what Zoom sends me with all the numbers, and I didn't take
I
anything.
mean, just now when she called you on Joel's phone.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I had just sent everybody that, and she looked at it. She's going to try on the phone if she can't get it on.
Okay. No, because I got a call from her too. I just didn't know if I should try, but you already sent her stuff. Okay. I finally got on my computer. I'm sorry, guys. It took me a while. Okay. Carry on.
Yeah, so it was Les Musket.
It was. And I think Wes Mix one night. Let's see. I was you were off that night, I think, Barry, and I was a leader. He was playing side, and I called a tune, and Wes was being Wes. He was being a real dickhead.
No.
Yeah. So I said we're going to take a break right now. Pull the movie screen down. I turned to him and I said, Wes, get the fuck out of here. Get off the stage. Do you remember that, Kent?
Gee.
No, I don't remember that.
I said, get the fuck out. He says, you can't fire me. Who was the manager with you that
Hey, Emily.
Eddie
Huh?
Alley.
Eddie, he said Eddie Alley hired me. You can't fire me. I said, okay, wait right here. And I went back and got you. I said, I just told this SOB to get off the effing stage. How about, can you help me with, and you went out and said, all right, get off the stage. He says, you didn't hire me. Eddie Alley hired me. And it's like, finally you had to chase Eddie down. And Eddie says, get off the stage. And just dragged his ass out. I don't think he worked there after that because the place didn't burn down too much later.
Wow.
Well, Emily, this is Tim Shea, he was a good banjo player for us.
Hi, Tim.
Well, hi, how are you, Emily?
Good.
Emily was Joel Cervone's good friend.
Oh, Emily, yeah. Joel.
I mean, I don't know. Yeah.
You talk about Wes Mix.
Slowly I turn.
The summer I met my current wife, my only wife, was 1975, and we met in January. That's a whole story about how we got together. She was going through a divorce, but for some reason I talked her into going with me to Nashville for the first trombone symposium in my Volkswagen. God knows why she trusted me. We drove to Memphis, where she used to record. We drove to Nashville. Then we ended up going to New Orleans. And the mustache was still there. We went down, of course, met Wes. And I've got a couple of pictures. Maynard was playing trombone. They were wearing some real interesting. It wasn't the white shirts. It was almost like a stripe thing. It was a different kind of outfit.
Yeah, at the end, they had us experiment with a lot of different things.
Yeah. So we stayed with Wes. Left New Orleans. The car broke down at La Place. I had to somehow limp back to New Orleans, got it fixed. Next day we left to go back to Colorado. I had to get back to Colorado, and broke down in the middle of a rainstorm in Opelousas.
Oh, jeez.
I know exactly what that is. Yeah.
Out of nowhere in this rainstorm, this guy comes by with a pickup truck, hauls us to Opelousas, the only Volkswagen dealership. The guy sold me an engine out of another Volkswagen they had, and we put that in and drove back to Colorado. Now, the reason I say all this
Yeah, I was wondering.
is we invited Wes to come up and see us. And he came up the following year, and while he was there, the mustache burned down. And that's how he ended up in Colorado.
Wow.
He came up to see us and didn't leave.
I don't even know. Last time I heard, he was playing. Was he playing out at the fairgrounds? Wasn't he doing some kind of thing there at Barry?
Yes.
You know what? He stayed around, then he drifted it down to Florida and all that stuff.
Yeah,
And
I didn't see him
wherever
down
he
there.
went, he caused trouble, and it's a shame because he's such a good musician.
Well,
He's a great musician.
There were a few of us like that, Barry. Wherever we went, we caused trouble.
But he really did, But I'll tell you what, he's the reason I started playing the banjo. I was a waiter. He got sick. And Roger and Fred came up to me and said, don't you play the banjo, Barry? I said, a little bit. I said, bring it in tomorrow night. That's what happened.
Jesus.
Wow.
And that began your descent into hell.
That's right, yeah.
Well,
So
Tim,
it's
how
all
did you start playing?
It's all Wes Mix's fault.
Well, Tim, how did you start playing for the mustache?
I I was in high school, and I'd gone down to New York or something for some, and ended up going into the Mustache, and I said, well, and I'm thinking to myself, my parents were with me. My parents were with me, and they said, well, you could do that, couldn't you? I said, not right now, probably. So it's nobody's asked me this question for anyway. Mike Gentry. So I sent the letter to Joel Schiavone. He said go down to New York and sit in. John Gill was leading the band the night I went in there.
Wow.
Yeah.
And he's the only one I can remember from that night. I sat in, smiled a lot, played a few changes, you know what I'm saying? And then so Joel called, and he said, well, come on down. I got something for you because we need somebody out in Denver just for the summer. So I drove down to North Haven to his office. Went in, sat down. He gave me a fake book, did all that. Well, you got to be there this time. And like 2 or 3 days after I graduated high school, I took my fake book, my banjo, and I think my parents gave me $100 or something. Went out to Denver, and that's where I started. And then I left in August because Mike Gentry had gone to Brussels. Originally, he said, you can go, we need somebody in Brussels.
That's all summer 72.
Right. But I couldn't get a work permit for Brussels. You had to have some kind of work permit, visa, whatever. And in fact, in Denver, I had to get a certificate from the liquor board because I was underaged. I had to swear out an affidavit to say that I wasn't going to serve any alcohol or anything, and because I was only 17 when I went to Denver, and then it was the following summer. I came back. There weren't any gigs around. Back in Rhode Island, the economy was in the tanks, and I think there might have been oil stuff going on and gas prices going up and all that. So
sounds like now.
Yeah, I know. So I worked on I was working on a fishing boat in Newport, and got a call about the gig in Denver. I mean, in New Orleans. So
that was Gentry called you, right?
Well, I don't know who called me. I can't remember that.
Or it might have been David or Roger or Fred.
Well, it couldn't have been anybody that knew me. They wouldn't have invited me.
Yeah.
But I think so I ended up going down in the summer of 73.
Right.
And
I remember that, Jim.
Yeah, and then Ron Fuller came down from New York for Mardi Gras, I think the following spring, and said, why don't you come up to New York? So I went up to New York, and I think about a week after I got there, Ron Fuller got fired. And he was another of the revolving, right? We all know about that. But Ron Fuller, I think his wife Penny was playing this. Penny Fuller. Yeah. And so I was up there for Ira Dechter, Ira Gutman.
They come on here often.
I know. Oh, I know they do. Yeah. So Ira Dechter, Ira Gutman were there. So there weren't any subs. They couldn't get any subs. So I was working 7 nights a week. And every time they got a sub, they were paying them like $4 an hour more than me. So I went in and decided I need to get more money. And they said, well, why going to do that? You're not even smiling that much. I said, give me another $5 an hour. I'll cut off my fucking upper lip. So it wasn't long after that I got fired. So
And then you came back to New Orleans.
I came back to New Orleans. Yeah.
All the same company.
And then after when I ended up going down to coming down here to Orlando, taking a gig at Disney, it was Gentry was the leader of the Banjo Kings on Main Street. Pete Brianides was playing tuba.
Uh-huh. So all my band.
Man, everybody.
Ben Smith. And Ben Smith, too.
Ben Smith was down there because I worked with Ben in New Orleans. And all these people, we kept crossing paths. You know how that is, wherever you go. It's really a small town when you think about it. All the gigs you play, there's always somebody you run across. Either you worked with him in New Orleans or New York or Denver. In fact, I went down to New Orleans. My wife and I just took a trip to New Orleans. We went on the Natchez and I saw John Gill.
Yeah, yeah.
And I had known, John since there you go.
There he is.
Oh.
We can also show you John Gill just from this year playing
I got a shot of
December.
that. Let's see.
Yeah, that's Johnny Gill.
Look how young Johnny Gill is.
Jeez. Yeah, he was probably, I think he was in college then, and I think he was studying geology, if I'm not mistaken. I don't know why I remember that, but yeah, that was really something. So by that time there weren't any, and I kind of fell down the rabbit hole of alcoholism for a few years. Then I had to, quit drinking about 1980. Actually, 1981. I quit drinking. Sobered up.
Yeah, it's the last time we got together. John Gill was with us, and Mike Gentry and Barry.
Is that John? Is that John in the front?
Yeah.
No kidding.
Yeah, it was last December. We're trying to do it again, maybe sometime this year. If you want to come play some banjo.
Man, you know what? I haven't touched that thing in 30 years, except for that.
But you looking at me playing the banjo is the first time I touched it in 4 years.
Yeah,
Hey,
I remember.
Bill, if you could give me your phone number, I can send you a couple of those photos of the mustache with that I took the year before it burned down, where Wes was still on the stage. I don't have your phone.
Why don't you? Yeah, that'd be good.
Yeah.
If any of y'all have pictures, send them to Billy or Tom.
I don't know. If I see that, I might have some PTSD flashbacks.
Yeah. I can tell you my phone number. It's not hard to remember. It's 985 zombies. 985-966-2437. My daughter's the one that told me. She said, "Do you know your number is 985 zombies?" And I said, "I didn't know that."
985-966-2437.
Yeah, 2437.
Okay. I'll send you those photos.
Okay, great. Yeah. In fact, I saw Danny Rubio last Friday for lunch, and he's all gung ho to have another.
I'm gung ho to come back.
Yeah,
sounds good.
Yeah, I met with him last Thursday. He
Yeah.
seems to be doing all right. Yeah.
Tell him would you tell him I said hi? Because not long after I got to New York, they needed a tuba player, and I think he came up and we worked together up there for a while.
Right.
Yeah,
He's doing good. He's still playing, Tim.
Is he? Is he still playing? Is he still playing piano?
Piano and tuba on Bourbon Street.
Yeah, really?
Still working, yeah. Still working Shit, like 5 nights a week.
He let us use the club that he plays in to have our little mini reunion band.
No kidding.
Yeah.
Yeah, and
Where's-
it was
It's on bourbon.
yeah,
It's called
Maison
Maison-
Bourbon. And it's a
Maison
great
Bourbon.
club because you go in there and it's $15 for a draft beer. But if you're from Your Father's Mustache, they give it to you for $5.
Yeah.
Yeah, we
What's
had
that?
So when you were still when you guys were still at, when it was 74, 75 and we had a picnic one night on a Sunday after a Saturday night, I found these pictures. Oh shit, where did it go now? Do you see it at all?
There's
yeah,
a picture
CSP.
kind of thin. Oh,
Can you see it?
Joe. Yeah, I see Joe. What's his name?
Bill Mullane.
Joe Mullane.
Oh, Mullane. Yeah.
And is that Bonnie?
Yeah, looks like
I went on the
Okay,
picnics.
fine, I found
I can't
I've
see it
gotta
right
go down
now.
to
I've
the
got something
American
else on the
Airlines
screen.
Center. They have something for me and they won't.
Okay. Well, I just found these picnic photos and as soon as
You can put that
Roger
up
did
again.
some.
I was looking for something else here. Let's see.
Hey,
That was-
Emily's raising her hand. She can't get a word in with all of us mugs.
Barry, did you talk dates did you talk about dates with Danny?
Did I talk about dates?
Dates in December,
For
because
this year.
No,
Yeah.
I did not. I did not.
we need to figure out dates again soon.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I didn't mention that. That wasn't
Yeah, that
brought
would be
up.
good. I'll write him too.
The thing that was good about December is the hotel rates were really cheap. It just was a little bit cool. But like the Maison, well, we stayed the French Market Inn, which is really great, was $115 to stay there. It was like 3
Yeah.
blocks from where we were playing. So it was, that was
Yeah, it's a
nice.
real nice hotel too.
Yeah.
It
Yeah.
really is. So and they usually run specials because it's a dead time in the French Quarter.
Man, what
But-
happened to LeBeau? Oh, there he is. I see.
Yeah, he's trying to send me something, but it's not. I'm not able to get it yet. Let's say.
We brought Emily a muffalata for the first time at that hotel. in Barg's root beer.
You know, we've been
Chris
doing
was with
this.
us.
We've been doing this Zoom thing for what, since 2019, and it's always fun when we get somebody new or hasn't been on in a while to tell their story, mustache story, and it's amazing how they're all the same. All the mustaches are the same. Can you play? No, good. You're
Yeah, yeah,
it's
yeah.
Stuck Tuesday.
on. Yeah, I mean that's how it works, huh, Emily?
Well-
you know,
well,
And,
Jeff-
look, you start Tuesday. Don't worry, you'll be fired Thursday.
yeah, don't worry about it. You'll be all right.
Well, Jeff was telling us before he died that he was just walking up in front of Mustache in New York, and Joel said, "Hey, do you play that? Come on in."
Yeah.
I was going to say, Eugene.
America's got being so talented.
I got your text, but it shows encrypted. I'm not getting an image. Did you send a regular JPEG or was it something? Well, I was just trying to pull it in while we were talking, but
Is he talking to you right now, Billy?
no, he texted me. He says
Oh,
he has a
okay.
picture of your father's mustache, July 75. I'm on trombone. And Wes was playing trumpet, but I don't have an image with it.
Well, while I was finding these other pictures of your father's
Yeah.
mustache,
I'll try it again, Bill.
I found these
Okay,
pictures
yeah.
of David.
That's David Kripner. Oh,
Oh my God.
man, I tell you what, David.
Now,
I'm
what
trying
would
to
you
see.
do?
Suave and debonair.
Yeah.
Swab in the boner.
Man, you haven't changed. You haven't changed a bit, man.
Oh, man.
Man.
I remember David used to smoke that pipe.
Yeah.
Okay.
Wow.
I have another.
Rick, that's a good one, huh?
That's a good one. What year was that, David?
I don't know. Tom
70,
was trying to figure it out. Yeah.
73 or 4.
Okay, now I'm getting it, Tim. Okay.
Okay.
David, you haven't aged at all.
Just give me a second to download them. Okay.
You know, my wife often says to me, she points out something she sees, like there's dust or something or something. She says, "Don't you ever look in the mirror?" I said, "No." I said, "I wake up and I feel pretty good, and I look in the mirror and said, 'Who the hell is that?'"
Yes.
Who was in that picture just now, Tom? Who was that?
Oh, that was David.
That was David too?
Yeah, that was definitely a 70s jacket.
Yeah, now I see it. I see his face. Yeah, that's David.
Yeah, my God.
David, geez.
Little bit younger, but it's David.
I don't think I've ever seen David without a beard.
I never had
Yeah.
either.
I almost didn't recognize it. Yeah.
Yeah.
Hey, whiz.
Yeah.
You still have the jacket?
No, I don't.
Okay.
Held on to it a while.
I'd love to know what the color was.
It was just gray and reddish colors and blue. It was kind of Madras looking like. Yeah.
Did it match the tie?
Now look at those collar. That collar looks like it's 6 inches long.
Yeah, that's 70s, man. You got that. That looks like 70, 71, man. Huh?
This must have been after I got divorced.
Okay, now one more.
Yeah, I don't think a woman would have let you spend money on those clothes.
There's David.
Oh man.
There we go.
Oh man.
Sherlock Griffin.
And there he is, the Irish author, Erin Gobra. Or braless. I don't know which one it was. If it was the 60s or braless. But...
That's Shylock, the banjo player. That's great.
Well, we'll be serious now.
Well, I don't know. That was a serious jacket.
Yeah.
All right, you be serious, I'll be Roebuck. How's that?
Yeah.
Didn't Billy used to say that?
Yeah, Sirius and Roebuck. That's my shtick. Yeah.
Yeah.
Serious and Roebuck. Wow.
Okay.
Amazing how we hang on to those things 50 years later. That's what Billy said in 74 on a Thursday night.
Yeah.
I got a quick mustache story for you. Bill Clark, Dennis, and I were called down to Larimer Square for one St. Patrick's Day, and the mayor, back then they would paint a green line down the middle of the street, this one block street. So the news was there, and they had a bagpipe player, and they wanted us to play with the bagpipe player. And we went inside the bar while the mayor got drunk for about 20 minutes trying to tune up to the bagpipe.
Oh, dear God.
And we finally said, this is not going to work.
Well, it's probably easier than trying to tune a banjo.
Ira, did you see your boy? Ira, you saw your boy, Tim Shea?
What?
Tim Shea?
He's on,
Yeah,
right?
I see him. Of course I see him. What's up, Tim?
Ira, how you doing, man?
You got away from the judge's bench, huh?
Yeah. I retired. Shit, I retired on Leap Day in 2020, about 2 weeks before the pandemic shut everything down.
Look, you're our hero, our banjo player. They go to banjo conventions. We all so proud of Tim Shea. He made it to be a judge, a banjo player.
Well, listen, all you need is 70,000 uninformed voters in Florida.
That's not hard to find in this state.
Yeah. I saw somebody get 70 million.
That's why they call us Florida.
I remember telling the Iras, Big Ira and Little Ira, that Tim Shea became a judge. He said, "There goes the judicial system."
There goes the judicial system, man. No, I was on the bench for what was it? I practiced law for a little over. I was 40 when I got out of law school, so I practiced law for 12 years. I became a judge. I ran for judge, and I had been active in politics here, and so I had a little name recognition. the judicial position open. I put my name on the ballot, and I campaigned like hell. And that was a really interesting job. I will tell you that. But it really wasn't.
It wasn't a mustache.
No, all the years I'd spent, working nightclubs and maybe fronting a band now and then, kind of came in a little handy for, you know what I mean? You stand in front of a jury, you're getting ready. For example, one time a woman was late coming in from a break, one of the prospective jurors, and we had to wait until she came back because they all had to be in the room. It was a panel of 30. So she came in the back. We were all waiting for her. And she said, "Oh, that's fine. That's fine." She was very nervous. She sat down. And I said, "Now, could you hear us in there?" And she said, "No." I said, "Well, we could hear you."
You got that from Mike.
It's an old mustache joke.
Well, yeah.
Okay, well, here's one of the ones Eugene sent me. Let's see.
West Mix.
West. Yeah.
Yeah.
Is that New Orleans?
Maynard.
Yeah, that was
Here's Maynard.
Yeah, it's gotta
1975. July of 1975 when I took my wife, who was my girlfriend, on that long trip. And we went into the Mustache and saw Wes, and Maynard was playing there. Pete was on tuba. I'm not sure who was on banjo, but you'll see that in the next photo.
Okay, let me get it. Okay. Actually,
Did you get the other photo, Bill?
Yeah, I did. I'm getting it. Let's see. Is that the same shot?
That's me.
That's Tim.
Oh, yeah, that's
And that's Pete behind me.
Ain't that a kick? Ain't that a kick? You're on the Zoom for the first time in forever.
Yeah.
Picture comes up with you on it.
And there you are.
And I'll tell you what, that is the banjo that I borrowed from Les Muscat because mine was being repaired. And I borrowed it from Les because I was not full-time at the Mustache anymore. I borrowed it from Les. I went in, worked that night, put that banjo in a locker in the back.
And the fire took it.
And the fire burned it up.
That's the classic picture, man.
I had a banjo burn up in the fire.
And I think
So did
Buzzy
I thought
Podwell
Buzzy
did
lost
too.
the banjo in the fire too.
Yeah, Buzzy did too, yeah.
Didn't Hernandez lose a tuba? A Loyola tuba?
Yeah.
Yeah.
He did.
Tim, we look younger there. What we said 15 years ago?
Yeah, it's 15 years, yeah.
Shit, I didn't have gray hair yet.
Yeah, I didn't. I was pretty fat though.
Yeah. It was cold. Everybody's wearing sweaters, right? Okay. All right.
October, yeah.
Let's see. I was just trying to catch up what everybody's talking about here. Let's see. But yeah, I could talk with Danny. I guess we could just start beating the jungle drums because the band was great, but we didn't have in fact, Banu was supposed to play with us that night, but there was a friend of hers died and she wasn't able to make it to the.
But she went to the banquet the night before.
She did. We actually ate at the site of the old Your Father's Mustache.
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
Now, can you see the
Yeah, that was the place. Was I was getting out of a real deep sleep. I heard banging on my door. I lived at 826 St. Louis Street, up on the third floor, right across from Mom's Society Page Lounge, where all female impersonators would go after hours. And it was near the back door. I could see the back door of Al Hurt's club. So anyway, I heard the banging at the door, and I got up. I said, "Who the hell is that?" And it was in the morning. I opened the door, and there's Barry.
I remember that.
Yeah, Barry says, the mustache is burning down. And I said, get the fuck out of here. I'm trying to sleep. He says, no, really, the mustache is
It
burning
was right
down.
around the block. Right around
It
the
was
block.
right around the corner. So, man, I just threw something on and went and yeah. And what was it? It was
We all stood out there and watched the mustache burn down.
yeah, I think there was a porter they hired, right? And he had just gotten out of prison or something.
Yeah. Kent can tell you a little bit about
Yeah,
him.
the state mental hospital.
Kent knows about that.
Well,
Yeah,
if it didn't burn
his name
down,
was
you'd all
George.
still be working there.
That's right.
Maynard said if it didn't
Looking
burn
just
down, we'd
like
all be
this.
fucking dead.
Probably.
Yeah.
You mean they hired mentally incapable people for the mustache? I don't-
What a surprise.
I think George was the one who he spent 5 years in the state mental hospital over in Mandeville or whatever for burning down his previous place of employment. The doctors had told the old guy who used to put the trash cans out was like his uncle or something, and had told that the doctors had told the family that he was cured, but he had burned down his previous place of employment, and we didn't really know that. But he had the place cleaned for about, what it was, 2 or 3 months before he decided to burn it. It was much cleaner than Lucian had it, but
Lucian was his uncle, huh?
not Lucian. Remember the old guy who would come in the afternoon? He would do is he put the trash out for a whole bunch of bars. Henry. Remember him? I think Henry was related to him. I don't know, uncle or cousin or something. But he came highly recommended by Henry, and Henry was just beside himself after the place burned down. But they told him he was the state mental hospital people told the family that George was cured. So, but obviously not true.
I remember Henry and Lucian would come to the Christmas party, and during the entertainment section, they would get up there and do like a 2-man routine, which they laughed their asses off at it, but I couldn't understand anything they were saying. Yeah, they were drunk and talking vernacular, So
We're talking fluent Porter.
Yeah. Anyway,
So a lot of people, 3 people lost banjos and a tuba. But I want to tell this quick story. So Tim, I need to go get my throat scraped from all the screaming. And I don't know if you remember that. I was going to be out for a week because I need to go to the hospital. So I got Buzzy to come in and play, sub for me.
Well, that's why I was subbing too.
That's right. That's right. Because I was out with a bad throat.
Yeah.
So Buzzy had that beautiful Gibson banjo. He played one night there, put it in the locker, just like you was gone. So he lost the banjo, you lost one, I lost one.
Well, actually, Les lost one.
Yeah, Les.
Now with Tim Shea's on this time.
Wow, look at that.
Yeah, it's me and Pete Yoke.
And Yoakum.
Yeah, that's Yoke.
That's Yoakum.
Randy Morris and Anthony Dixon all the way on the right.
Yeah.
Anthony Dixon is the last banjo player working at Walt Disney World right now. He's been there for damn near 50 years.
Oh, he's still
wow.
One time, Gentry and I put together a list of ex-mustache players that went to Disney. You can't believe how many. It was like 40 of them.
Oh, man, I'd run into them all the time. And when I first went to Denver in '72, it was me and Tom Kretschmer and H. Johnson.
Yeah, I talked to him the other day. He comes on here occasionally.
Yeah, we saw H not long ago.
H comes on now and then.
Yes,
He's not on that much, Bear.
not that much, but every once in a while. But
Yeah.
he sends me emails all the time.
There's Pete Maynard.
Pete Maynard.
And Mike.
Yeah, that's
Mike Gentry.
73.
I'm in that picture. You just can't see me.
Yeah. Those are the days they didn't Photoshop. They just kept you out of the shot.
Yeah. you were playing the outside banjo.
Yeah.
And man, how many drinks do you think we drank that sat on that piano?
Oh man.
Pitchers of beer, highballs, drinks, all that piano. I'm surprised that piano kept playing as long as it did.
Then Mike came over from New Orleans for Mardi Gras, and he brought Andrew Fielding with him.
That's right. He came over from Disney and
He
brought
came over from Disney, and Andrew Fielding was really he was an excellent, ragtime pianist and all that.
Uh-huh.
And he went over to the piano because he was going to play with the band. You can't. I think to myself, how are you going to play that thing? Nobody's played that thing in 30 years,
But he played it.
Yeah, he did. Yeah.
Well, there was only one person I saw play the piano was the big Marine Andy, right?
Yeah.
Danny never played it?
No, Danny wasn't a piano player back then.
Oh.
Well, he played. He didn't play that piano though. Yeah.
And then Big Bill Sawyer lived in that same building I did, 826.
I remember that.
Street.
I remember coming knocking on y'all's door because I knew y'all lived
there. Yeah.
Huh?
We had a piano like that at the Mustache in Denver that you couldn't play. And one night, don't ask me why, we were playing, and of course, then we had to play the Colonel Bogey March so we could march off and let them have the beer chugging contest. Can you imagine them allowing beer chugging contests now? But anyway, I could never play. It was the wrong key. We played off, then went across the street to the Bradskeller. And God help me, back when I was drinking, for some reason I had 4 shots of Southern Comfort, and then went back across the street to see if it was still going on. They were still doing beer chugging. So I came back and threw down another 2 shots of Southern Comfort. And of course, we were drinking beer, and we came back. Mike was leading the band. Bill was playing tuba. And we went up on the stage, and what I heard was we started to play, and I leaned back against the piano and passed out standing up. And the band played about 20 minutes with me passed out standing up. And I came to in the middle of a song and started playing
I do
everybody
remember.
laughed their ass off. Of course, the band stopped. But then later on, I guess I must have been pretty lit because Mike Gentry said we started one of those medleys, 3 songs that sound alike in the same key. And I played the A section of the first song, went into the B section of the second song, and the C section of the third song. And Mike said it was the fastest medley he'd ever played. I had no idea.
One time Buck Kelly turned around and started playing that thing. Buck Kelly was out there when I was.
He was great.
Man, he was best banjo player I ever worked with.
Yeah, he was great.
Buck was amazing. Yeah.
Yeah.
Sweet guy.
Yeah, he was great.
He was a pilot, right? He used to go out and like fly a biplane out.
Right.
Yeah.
He died young.
He did die young. Yeah.
He was great. He was freaking great.
Phenomenal.
And there was another guy from Denver. What was his name? A banjo player. I can't think of it now. I'll think of it. Tall guy, dark hair. Jerry Goodleaf. Jerry Goodnight.
Yeah.
Y'all knew him?
No.
I didn't know.
I didn't work with him. I knew who he was.
He's from the Denver club. And he came down for a summer, like summer of '68, and played in the New Orleans Mustache.
Joe Petrocelli ended up playing banjo, but he was playing tuba when I was out there.
I got an email, something on Facebook from him today.
Really?
Yeah.
I know him as a tuba player.
He did play tuba, but then he switched to banjo. And he
Joe,
became leader and all that.
Joe Petrocelli started the Mustache, Your Father's Mustache band up in Denver and kept that going and played banjo and led the band for years. Then he finally retired. They got a trumpet player doing it. I played with him a bunch of times.
Wasn't he he was a law enforcement officer or something?
That's right. That's right.
Yeah.
It's a good thing he wasn't with the DEA when I was down there in the 70s. Let me tell you that.
We had a narc in New York. I think Dick Triowitz was a narc.
Really?
Remember Dick Triowitz, Barry?
I do. I think
He was a narc. Pretty sure.
Hey, I gotta go. But you guys stay on as long as you want. And the next weeks, all the weeks coming up, we'll have Zooms. I'll send you the invites. I gotta go.
Hope it works.
Thanks, Tom.
Outside.
Hey, Tom, I'm
care.
not logged on as you anymore, so I can't stop it or record it.
When everybody gets off, when I get back in a half an hour, I'll just turn it off. It's
Okay.
fine.
I have to run too.
See you next week.
Next week.
Well,
Take care,
hopefully we'll
Tom.
see some of y'all back. Don't stay away, like Gene and Tim. I mean, shit.
Yeah,
y'all-
come on
shit.
back. It's
Come
fun
on.
every week. What we missed, like 3 weeks?
Well-
if you have any pictures, send them to Billy or Tom.
I got to be honest with you. Man. Some of these questions are really hard. My memory is fading.
Don't
And,
worry, it don't matter.
yeah, but it's no good because you guys knew me back then. I can't lie about all the things that happened.
Why not? Well, the rest of us do.
Yeah, I know. That's what I noticed. That's
It
what I
looked like-
noticed. Yeah.
It looks
see
like
Gim
Gim
is
was
on.
trying to get on. His phone is here. He might have had trouble logging on. Looks like Gim was attempting to get in, but I can't hear him or see him.
Hey, listen, I'll be back on another time, guys. I got to
Next
run.
Thursday, next
Hey.
Thursday.
All right, Tim.
Tim, it
Good
was
to
good
see you.
seeing you.
Hey, really
Good to
nice
see you,
to
Timmy.
see you
Yeah,
guys.
and
All
like
you take
anybody,
care.
like if you have more stuff,
Emily, good to see you.
Where do you
Yeah.
live
All
in
right.
Florida?
Eugene,
Take
or if y'all have any more stuff to send, just send them to my text it to me like you did, and I'll put it up. Yeah.
Okay, thanks, Bill. Yeah, I've been wanting to send that for a while, and I finally found the photos, and I thought, yeah, that was the mustache about a year before it burnt down.
Yeah.
There we were.
All right,
'Cause I
thank you,
said-
Billy. Kent, good to see y'all.
All right, yeah, good to
Okay,
see
guys,
y'all
next week, same time.
next week.
Okay.
All right.
Thanks,
Good to see you.
everybody. Hey, just
Hey, Miss
remember
Emily,
this
your
one
hair's getting
thing.
longer. I hadn't seen
We're
you in
all
a while.
here because we're not all there.
Yeah. Okay. Bonsoir.
Well spoken.